Hey everyone, welcome to the Ashworth Wealth Weekly Market Update. Hope that everybody had a great 4th of July weekend. And now we're back at it. So, wanted to spend some time talking about global diversification. Shocker, something that we talk about an awful lot. We pull the source material for these market updates from a variety of different sources, but it's pretty common for us to talk about how important global diversification is. This week, the source material specifically talks about how important global diversification is. And I will read it verbatim, some of the information that was given. It says this week's chart highlights the resilience of diversified portfolios amid U.S. stock drawdowns, emphasizing long-term investment benefits. Does that sound familiar? It's kind of one of those things that we talk about an awful lot. So let's get into it. Why is global diversification so important? Well, the big thing is that we don't know when certain markets are going to be up and other markets are going to be down. If you had told me at the beginning of April that we were headed towards a positive year to date, just a couple months later, I probably would have said you're crazy, and I think that most of you would have said the same thing. But that's exactly what's happened. But it's only happened with a globally diversified portfolio. Europe has far outperformed the United States so far this year, and we've taken advantage of that by having money in a variety of different locations across the globe. The chart kind of bears this out. You could see that at certain points of the year, everything was negative. US large caps down 18.9% at one point, but year to date they're up 6.2. European markets down 12.4, up 15.6. So there's a variety of reasons why we need to have a globally diversified portfolio, but this bears it out right here. The way that the markets were looking at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of fear, a lot of ups and downs. There was a lot of discussions of tariffs and all of the different implications of that. Well, that's pretty much smoothed itself out. But the portfolios that have performed the best have assets across the globe, and that is what we've been preaching for decades now. In addition to that, we talk all the time about the importance of maintaining a long-term perspective. It is not uncommon to have positive years that during that year we had dramatic downturns, and that's something that has happened so far this year. Of course, we're only through half the year, and from an investment standpoint, the calendar really doesn't matter a whole lot. We talk about making sure that we are diversified globally, number one, and number two, that we invest for the long haul, and number three, that we are rebalancing the portfolios on a regular basis, that we're making sure that we are taking the profits from those pieces of the portfolio that have done well and reinvesting them in the ones that maybe haven't done quite as well. And we do that to make sure that we are automating the process of selling high and buying low. That's kind of investment 101, fundamentals. So, long story short, we're going to continue to talk about this every single time that we sit down and have meetings with our clients. We talk about global diversification, we talk about rebalancing, and we talk about the importance of making sure that your portfolio is built for the long haul to be resilient through all different sorts of markets. And the portfolios that we have built have been very, very resilient through a very volatile market so far here in 2025. What does the rest of 2025 hold in store? I don't know. Neither does anybody else. But one thing I am very confident in is that we have built the portfolios to be resilient because they are globally diversified. We're not concerned about trying to win this year or next year. We're concerned about trying to win over a 5, 10, 20, 30-year period. And many of our clients have been with us for that long, and we hope that you'll be with us for 30 more years. So as we go through the next little bit of 2025, we'll see where things go. There is, of course, more discussions of tariffs happening August 1st. Whether that's a bluff, who really knows it at this point in time. But once again, we will always rely on our fundamental principles, which are if we have a portfolio that is invested in the United States, it's invested in Europe, it's invested in Asia. If we have portfolios that have large companies, small companies, a little bit of real estate built in, there's a variety of different asset classes, and we make sure that we're touching all of them so that when we have downturns in any one area, it doesn't hurt the entire portfolio, and it gives us the opportunity to rebalance the portfolio. And that's what long-term investing is all about. Should you have questions or you want to dig into your portfolio a little bit deeper, let us know. Um, Also, as always, if you have friends, family, anybody that you think could benefit from this information, please feel free to share it with them. And we'd, of course, be happy to talk with those individuals as well. I hope everybody is having a great summer. Just went through the 4th of July. We've got the 24th coming up for those of you here in Utah. For those of you that are elsewhere, continue to have a great summer, and we will be in touch soon. Thank you all for being our clients. We appreciate you.